Sand a big item. It's got to take hours, right?
Yeah, it just takes hours.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, noted. Noted.
It takes a long time.
Do you buy like people talk about staining things?
Yeah, I have so many stains.
You go to Home Depot. You go to a hardware store.
I go to a hardware store
You
or
buy
I go to Home
stain.
Depot. Yeah.
It's called stain.
Yes.
Different
Yes.
colors of stain.
Different colors of stain.
You can go with sort of a.
I don't know.
An orange or a black or a
my
brown?
favorite. Well, my favorite has been any kind of dark woods. It's either pronounced Jacobim or I started saying Jacobim.
All right. It's
But it's my favorite mini wax stain.
It's a mini wax.
Mini wax stain. So there's the sanding.
Yeah.
And then
the primer.
You can or you can get a stain that already kind of does that, or depending what kind of look you're going for. Like there's some things I don't like
It's to
things
make
to
it
look
look
really
like wood?
clean. Yeah.
You
Well,
like a rustic.
yes. So you can get some crap wood.
Yeah.
And with your pine or whatever you're going to do
Just a particle board.
And just a particle board.
Just a nice.
Don't stain particle boards. Don't listen to Jack.
That could also be the theme of the show, especially when Jackie speculates about any number of things, including craft.
She's like, particle board then.
It's
Just a piece of paper, Gene. Just stain this. Like,
with this ream of paper. If you could just stain this,
where'd you guys get that thin wood? That's crazy.
it's made out of trees, right? You could
That
stain
is very
something.
fair. Very fair. It would also be very wet.
Super wet that would never dry, possibly.
Never dry.
But it would ever stiffen up at all, and you could maybe stack it on top of itself.
Yeah.
No, so pine is what we're talking
pine,
about.
and
Just a
'cause
basic.
It's basic and it's soft.
Okay.
And so if you're doing any kind of like, let me beat it. I mean, we've been looking for a lumber yard near us because I'm like, there's some pieces that I'm like, I just don't want to get IKEA pine.
Yeah.
Like there's some stuff that I'm like, let's make something that we actually keep forever.
Yeah.
And that, means something to us. But
You could
for all
build
the
a-
other stuff and being renters, you're like, there's some stuff like, unless I know we're definitely buying this place.
Yeah.
Like,
Why fix it? When I used to rent, I would occasionally cut things on the counter by the sink instead of a cutting board.
because you don't
And
care.
I was like, no, I rent. And then now we have our lovely, we have a tract house in Van Nuys. It looks like a
Ooh.
house from the Monopoly board. And it is adorbs, all kinds of adorable.
I'm like, it's green and it doesn't have any doors or
It's
windows.
Yellow. It's yellow.
This is so cute.
It's super cute. And
It's adorable. I want one.
it's just a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and 966 square foot house
That's adorable.
on a big yard. Big yard.
See, but
orange
that
tree,
makes
orange tree,
What?
lemon tree,
Trees in a yard.
trees in a yard, a big space for a vegetable garden that we grow every year because we're at war. Victory Garden, gotta plant it, and plus I love tomatoes. And
beautiful.
So it's a beautiful existence. Very grateful.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, gotta use a cutting board. And
You do have to
yeah.
use a cutting board. I have.
Plus, I'm not an animal, so I should probably use a
yes,
cutting
you should
board.
use a
anyway.
cutting board.
Yeah, at any time.
Two different cutting boards.
I have
You have
different
different-
cutting boards. I have the